Thumbelina can't sleep. She lies.
Hello everyone, it's ET's Babies. I know I've been missing for a week, but you guys, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about why I was gone for a whole week and didn't make a video. I think I've been gone for a week, so we're gonna get into it. The boys are resting in the cradle. I have baby Peaches with me. Over the weekend, I redusted out the cradle, changed out the sheets, because yes, I'm a full-fledged reborn mommy who role plays 24/7. So I took off their beddings that was on their bed, the boys' bed, and my fiance washed their beddings, and I put a fresh I have a bunch of sheets for that cradle. So I put some more, another set of sheets on the cradle for the boys. So Birdie and Mousy have clean sheets on their bed. I took out all the other children out of the playpen and dusted the playpen down. And dusted them down and put them back in there. So over the weekend when I did that, I decided that I was going to take baby Peaches out and play with baby Peaches. We're not going to get baby Peaches dressed. She's going to stay in this. She's been in this outfit for the past, since Christmas. But I haven't been feeling well. You guys all know this. Been struggling with so many different health issues and elements and things. So I really haven't had the energy to change my babies. I just pick them up and play with them, whatever, outfit they have on them at the time. So we got baby Peaches. So I'm gonna show baby Peaches to you guys, because I know some of y'all know her and then some of y'all haven't really seen her before. I do know that I believe I've gotten 2 or 3 new subscribers over the weekend. I just want to say to everyone that is coming to my channel, I don't know how you heard about me, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone is welcome to my channel. I don't care if you have authentic babies. I don't care if you have babies that you get from Shein that are not authentic. I don't care if you play with Barbies, ball jointed babies. You're welcome to my channel. I don't discriminate. So if you got melanated babies, cool. If you got Caucasian babies, cool. If you have Korean babies, cool. I do not discriminate. This is what you enjoy. This is what you like to do. I have no right or say so to your world. I feel like that's what most people should be, is mind their business and stay in their world. But we have our Karens out there who have a hard time doing that. But I just wanted to say, you guys are welcome to my channel. New subscribers and my faithful followers, if you guys ever have any questions or you guys want me to do a tag, because sometimes I'm a little airheady. So when I do videos, I don't think to be like one to get to know ET and do a tag. I don't think of things like that. My social skills are off. So if you guys ever want to get to know me better, or you want to know anything about me, if you want me to do a tag, put it in the comments. I'm pretty transparent and open about myself. This is probably why no one has really asked me, or why I haven't felt the need to do one, is because sometimes I feel like I would be repeating myself for the followers that do know me, but there are always new followers that come in daily who I guess too would also like to get to know ET. So let's get started in this teeny tiny story time. Okay. Baby Peaches did not get her hair redid today. I literally just grabbed her out of the playpen. I'm pretty sure all my girls need their hair redid, but I have been mentally and physically under the weather, where I haven't had the energy to take care of all 13 of my reborns. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I have a little indigestion going on due to all the medication I've been on and off of. So, no hip pain today. I have been doing my my hip flexors because I don't know if I told you guys, but I went to the clinic and found out that I don't even have bone on bone in my hip, nor do I have arthritis in my hips. I don't have that. So all these doctors that claim that, you know, I had all these issues with my hips. This was over 10 years ago that I was told this information, because I was in college online, and I would be sitting at the computer for hours, and I ended up getting stiff from sitting for so long, to the point where the doctors did an x-ray and claimed that I had bone on bone, and they put me in physical therapy. Mind you, I stopped going to physical therapy because I was in a lot of pain, so I stopped going. Now here we are 10 years later, and the pain is back to the point it's shifting through my hips all around. So I go get an x-ray done. I don't have bone on bone. My cartilage is there. Now remind you, the first doctor who told me this never showed me my x-rays. This doctor showed me my x-rays, and I seen it for myself. My cartilage is there on both sides of my hips. It's not worn out. On top of the fact that I have a pinched nerve in my hips because I do not stretch, and I am very stationary. Can't be listening to these doctors and what comes out of their mouth. I don't trust people, period. I have an issue with trusting people because I have been stabbed in the back too many times. So when it comes to these doctors in mental health and physical health, I'm becoming weary. Because if you just had been honest with me 10 years ago, maybe I could have gotten this situation fixed with this nerve in my hip without having to go so long without knowing exactly how to help myself. You know what I mean? So let me show you her really quick. So this is my baby. She is the Peaches Kit, and I did name her after the Peaches Kit. She is not authentic. She is a replica. If you have problems accepting replicas in the community, please don't be on my channel, because every last one of my babies are replicas. I unfortunately cannot afford authentic babies. I just can't afford it. So please do not leave no rude comments on my channel. I know I'm getting a lot of new subscribers. I don't know how you guys feel about replicas and authentic babies, but if you feel some type of way, please don't watch my channel, because all my babies are replicas, and I'm okay with that. So if you're okay with that, you know, welcome, welcome, welcome. But if you're not okay with that, you know, please stay where you are comfortable at, because I don't want any rude comments or nasty comments or suggestions about my babies or the money that I spend on them. So just a little short, you know, little short preview, because I'm getting a lot of subscribers, and I don't want to I don't need the riffraff in my comments about replicas and authentic babies. I just don't want to go through that. So We just keep it friendly over here. We are very open-minded over here, and we accept all babies, all nationalities, replicas, authentics. We accept them all. We are just one big family who likes the fact that we all enjoy something about these reborns. They don't have to be authentic. That's just like saying I can't go to Payless and get Payless shoes. I gotta go to Foot Locker and get the expensive shoe of the shoe. They both do the same thing. Authentic and replicas both do the same thing. They comfort the person who's playing with the baby. So I just want to put that out there. Not attacking anyone, not coming at anybody. I just want to put that out there to let the new subscribers know what's going on, and to let old subscribers who may need a review. We don't do that over here, y'all. It's much love over here. Whatever baby you want to bring and talk about or discuss on my channel, it's fine. I just don't do possession crap. So if you that type of person that like to put spirits and things in your baby, please stay off my channel. We don't do stuff like that over here. For real. But so let's get started, okay? I don't want to waste time talking about that stuff, but so this baby Peaches, she is a replica. I did buy her off of AliExpress. Lots of my babies come from AliExpress or Temu. I really kind of stopped buying babies off Shein because they're a little bit more higher in price on Shein than on Temu and AliExpress. But I do notice that I think it's Temu or AliExpress. It's one or the other. They sell more. You can find more melanated babies, and Amazon, because my bestie, she buys her babies off Amazon and she be finding some real cute babies. So that's kind of the websites I kind of stick to, because I like my melanated children. I like my children to look like me. I don't mind having Caucasian children. It's just that the world makes you feel like it's a problem. You know what I mean? Because if you're a Caucasian reborn mommy and you have a melanated baby, somebody has something ignorant to say to you. They do the same thing when it's vice versa. I have had my Caucasian babies out with me and somebody has something ignorant to say. I'm not going to repeat what they said. We all know the crazy things that people say. I don't need to repeat it. But it was like, I feel like people are too narrow-minded and not open-minded enough. Because it's just like, yeah, it's a Dow, but people didn't know it was a Dow. There are people of all nationalities that adopt children. Do not adopt children that's always in their nationality bracket. A lot of people adopt outside of their nationality, outside of their tribe. So I tell y'all nationality, but when I speak to my mate, we call it a tribe. The world calls races races. They're not a race. We're tribes. That's what our ancestors called it. They didn't call it a race. So that's what I refer to. So if I say that, that is literally what I mean. If I say tribe, just know that I'm talking about the different races. I just don't speak the way y'all speak when it comes to certain stuff like that. So just to let y'all keep up with the Jones and what I'm saying, that's all that means. So yeah, guys, it'd be a lot sometimes with these Dows. I have not taken my Dows outside. I think Birdie went to the grocery store last weekend with me, which was crazy because I don't know what I was thinking. I live in a big city. I'm a sister city to Chicago. and I'm born and raised in Chicago. So I'm living in the sister city of my hometown. So it's still a big city. Not as big as Chicago, but it's a sister city. So they're close, and yeah. So I had took him to the grocery store. Me and my fiance was going in there to get some stuff. And I decided at the last minute that I was going to take him to the grocery store with me. Do you know, I grabbed him, threw a hat on him, threw his jacket on him, threw some little mittens on him, and took his little booty outside. I didn't grab him a blanket. And you know, it didn't dawn on me until I got to the grocery store and seen all the cars parked outside. I was like, oh crap. Why didn't I get him a blanket? Nor did I get him bring the car seat, so I couldn't leave him in the car and just throw a blanket over him and then, you know, run in the grocery store, because we were only going in there to grab a couple of items. And it's not the summer. It was like, I believe it was like 40 or 50 degrees outside. It wasn't this weekend, it was the prior weekend, I think. So I took him in the grocery store with no sweater, with no blanket or receiving blanket. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry about that. But so I took him into the grocery store, and surprisingly, we made it out of there with nobody. Like, of course you gonna hear like, oh, you hear people, you know, cooing and stuff, because they see little tiny birdie in my arms and I don't got a blanket. So you like really get to see him, see me holding him as I'm walking around the grocery store. So I got him up against my chest, his face to the side, so that people can't really see what he looked like. They just see his little tiny body. We made it out the grocery store without nobody walking up on me, asking me how old my baby was, why I didn't have a diaper bag, because I didn't grab the bag. And I keep forgetting stuff like that to make it look more realistic, like, where's the diaper bag? Because I be looking for stuff like that. When I see people come in with their babies or with a car seat, right away in my mind, I'm like, oh, is that a reborn in there? And I be trying to look, so I be scanning them, like, does she got a diaper bag? Is there a bottle? Like, I be looking for stuff. And my guy think it is just so freaking hilarious that my mind is just wrapped around. And anytime I see a car seat, I want to know if it's an actual baby in there, is there a reborn in there? Because if it's a reborn, and I'm going up to her, and I'm going to talk to her. I'm like, you got reborns? Me too. Like, for real. I'm going to go up there and talk to her. But we managed to get out the grocery store, and nobody, you know, people were smiling and looking at me and stuff, but nobody was really taking the initiative to come talk to me, and I was, like, loving that. I don't like to be bothered when I bring my babies outside, so that was a plus for me. So I was really ecstatic when we got out the grocery store. I'm like, yay, we survived the grocery store together. Nobody came and bothered us. So I took him to the grocery store, and then they literally been home with me. Lately, I haven't really been going anywhere with them or taking them outside with me. Like, if I go pick up my fiance from work, I might grab one of the babies and, you know, just for the ride. But I have not had, I wouldn't say I haven't had the energy, but I haven't had the desire to bring my babies outside. Because I live in this city, and every time I bring my babies outside, it feels as if I'm going to encounter somebody with an attitude problem. A while back, I took one of my dolls to, I think it was JoJo, I took to Woodman's with my cousin, and the cashier lady was literally cursing at me because she said that my baby was fucking creepy. I was like, okay. Like, she just kept saying, every time she said something, she was cursing, she was rolling her eyes, she was looking at me crazy. I'm like, you act like I was in your house and I stole one of your reborns and showed up at your job with your baby or something. Like, it was just really rude, and it made me very uncomfortable because my first reaction is to snap on people. So, you know, I'm trying to laugh it off and be cool, but at the same time, I'm looking at my cousin like, bro, she gonna make me, she about to bring the ugly out of me. Like, let's move around. Let's go somewhere. So I'm real like skeptical. I'm starting to become skeptical now of where and when I take my dolls out, because of the simple fact, I'm not worried about nobody walking up on me or putting their hands on me or touching my baby, because I'm real cautious of people being too close to me in public to begin with. So I normally see people when they on their way towards me, and I'll right away back up and reposition myself, because I'm like, I done heard crazy stories of women hitting people's reborns or poking them in the face, and bro, you touch my reborn, you gon' get touched. I'm for real. That is not a joke. That is not a threat. It is the honest truth. You touch my doll, and I will touch you. I just feel like that is so rude, because you don't know that if it's a baby or not, and you're poking it in the face. Like, you liable to get your butt beat up in public. Like, who does that? But I've heard people online tell stories of their horrible experiences in public. Like, the Lord, no, my creator, no, not to send nobody my way and challenge me like that, because it's gonna be the first and the last time they try me. The first and the last. I don't care about you trying to embarrass me in public, because guess what? I've done that to myself plenty of times. I have no problem with getting loud and being defensive and standing up for myself in public. But I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that I've never had to go there with nobody in public. But, you know, hearing other people's stories and experiencing what little I have experienced is starting to shake my energy to the point where I don't feel comfortable. I'm starting to not get comfortable anymore of taking my babies out in public areas, just because of people's reaction. It's just not, like, I don't expect you to have like a grand reaction, you know what I mean? I don't expect you to feel in awe the way I feel about them. This is my hobby. This is in my world. So I get that. But if you're not prepared for a situation, you probably shouldn't be walking up on people asking them about how old their baby is. I mean, who does that? When my kids was born, I don't ever remember nobody walking up on me asking me about my children until they were like toddlers. But when they were newborn babies, I didn't get people like I get now that are just so intrigued when they see a baby. Like, I'm starting to feel like there's something dark going on behind the scene when it comes to children, because why are people so, I mean, and I get it, it's a baby, everybody likes babies, I get that, but it's getting weird. It's getting weird. I've had people just get close to me, walk up on me and not say anything, and then look at my baby and then walk off. Like, I've gotten weird stuff. Like, why? You know, it's creepy. Like, why did you just walk up, get real extra close to me, look at my baby, and then walk off? Or some people will just literally walk right up on me and ask to see my baby. So I've experienced some weird stuff, and it's shaking my reality when it comes to my confidence level, I guess, of taking my babies outside. And I get it. I have a couple of friends who live in very big city areas, and they feel the same way. And I don't have great communicational skills, so I don't think fast on my feet. So if somebody walk up to me and say something, it could leave me like puzzled, because I don't know how to respond properly to it without seeming like I have an attitude or I'm being aggressive. So I just prefer people not to bother me, because I don't know how to respond. But I see that there's a lot of people that do take their babies outside, that do live in big areas, but they have great communicational skills and they know how to talk through that uncomfortability. But for me, it's almost like a deer in headlights. I get lost. I get mind boggled. I don't know what to say. So I've been struggling lately with wanting my reborn babies to accompany me in public. Like, I'll take them out with me on a car ride, but if I gotta go in the store, lately I've been leaving them in the car to run into the store. Now, I don't mean it like a full-fledged shopping spree. I mean, I ran into the grocery store to grab some soup, some breadsticks, and I'm back out. So I don't take them with me if I have to go into a store and I'm gonna be in that store for a minute, regardless if it's cold out or warm out or if it's nice out. I get worrisome if I leave them in the car too long. Even though I know that their vinyl is okay, it's not gonna get damaged. It worries me because I role play with them so much that I know you're not supposed to leave no real kid in the car for not no period of time. So when I leave them in the car, I have real children that I have raised, so I get that instinct starts to kick in, like, you need to hurry up and get back to the car. So, you know, and I know they're not real, but when you role play with them so much, those instincts start to kick in. And yeah, I'll be trying to hurry and get back to the car. But enough about that. I wanted to talk to you guys about my medication. It was supposed to be story time, but I didn't take it yesterday and I'm not taking it today. So if I am all over the place, it's because I'm not on my ADHD medicine. So please bear with me. So I was put on a medication a while back for my ADHD. Okay. So we know that I don't need hip surgery. I don't need to fix the nerve. I just gotta do hip flexors and stop being so stationary, which me and my spouse talked about. And you know, we're gonna work out a workout plan together. But the ADHD medication, you guys, it really sent me for a loop. So remember when I told y'all that I went in to see my psychiatrist, and apparently I was talking too much, and out of the blue she just was like, should we go up on your medicine? Remember that? Okay. Some of you might have missed that video, but that's a recap. So, you know, my guy had been telling me, you know, ADHD medicine is not supposed to give you energy. It's supposed to dense you down some so that you can focus more. So when she first put me on, I'm not going to say the medication I'm on, but the medication that she put me on the lowest dose to see how my body and my mind and everything would react to it. Okay, so I really felt like it was a placebo, because once I get up, I'm cleaning, I'm folding clothes, I'm doing laundry, I'm washing whatever dish we didn't wash the night before. So my guy noticed that, and he was like, babe, he was like, either you don't have ADHD or they don't have you on the right medication, because you're not supposed to be moving around like this. So last week I called her and it was like, yeah, we can go up, you know, on the ADHD medicine. I'm thinking that I'm going to, you know, be fine. It's going to kick in and work like it should. And, you know, I've never been on ADHD medication. I just got diagnosed with this and I just got put on medication. So I haven't even been through the spectrum of medicine for ADHD or how it's going to make me feel. You guys, and this is where story time begins. You guys, either whatever this medication is, is not good for people to be taking. I started getting headaches the very first day I took it. The first couple of hours that I was on it, my head started tingling, like almost as being too stimulated or being high. Like I could feel my hair, my scalp tingling. I had a tension headache that wrapped all around my head, it wrapped around my ears. I was grinding my teeth the whole entire time I was on this medicine. And I was on this medicine for a week. I couldn't correlate my thoughts. I couldn't think straight. It's natural right now for me to talk to y'all, but on the medication, I couldn't say more than one sentence at a time. And what I mean by that is that it took a lot of energy for me just to say one sentence. And then I was literally quiet the whole rest of the day. I wouldn't speak unless I was spoken to. I couldn't feel any of my emotions. My fiance said he was worried because I literally sat there like a zombie. And all we did was go up 10 milligrams. I went from a 10 to a 20 milligram pill. And it fucked me up, y'all. And then I got to thinking, you know, I put all this information into chat, told chat how I was feeling, and it said that I was overly stimulated and I needed to come off of this medication because it was making my nervous system run high. When you're overly stimulated, that doesn't mean that it's a downer. That means that everything is up high. It was so high, you guys, that I couldn't think. I couldn't think. I couldn't feel the energy in my body. Like, your process in your mind tells you right away. You don't have to think about the steps. So say I'm hungry, so I'm going to get up and go in the refrigerator and find me something to eat. Those things weren't clicking in my head like that. It was almost like I would sit there and I would think about the food, but I had no motivation at all, no drive to get up and make me something to eat. It's like the processes that connecting your mind that let you know, okay, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna get up and make something to eat. Those processes weren't there. They were not connecting. Yeah, and my fiance was like, I don't like that medicine. So we had to like search if I could come off of it cold turkey without having no side effects. After a week, I couldn't take it no more. I was starting to become depressed. I was starting to have crying spells. I was starting to have reminiscing off of bad thoughts. So Friday, I called my doctor and left 2 messages. Do you know I have not heard from her yet? Yeah. So coming off the medicine will make me irritable, will make me tired, will give me a headache, will mess with my stomach, because apparently the medication that they put me on for my ADHD also is for people who have eating disorders. I don't have an eating disorder, nor am I diagnosed with one. So it screwed up my stomach and my eating. You guys, I was so upset when I came off the medicine and so frustrated that I literally wanted to call and snap on the psychiatrist. Then I got to thinking, my son has ADHD as well. And I don't mean the Tigger type where he just bouncing around and pestering people. I mean, he's the I can't focus type. So when he was young, I had put him on a pill. Well, the teachers suggested that we put him on an ADHD pill because he was having issues at school. Y'all, he didn't last on that pill at all, nor did we try any other medication. I remember this. My son was 8 when they put him on them ADHD pills. And he went from a little boy that loved being outside, playing, riding his bike, riding his skateboard, to a little boy who didn't even want to play video games, who didn't want to go outside, who all he wanted to do was sit on the couch for hours staring into space. And now I understand why. That medicine is terrible. Terrible. My poor baby, I have had a chance to experience what he felt sitting there at 8 years old, not being able to correlate his emotions, not being able to understand why he felt the way he was feeling. You know what I mean? I experienced this as an adult, where I can get off the medication and explain or express how I feel. Children don't have that understanding or that capability to let you know that I don't feel right. You know what I mean? They don't have that. They are stuck taking something that literally don't make them feel like themselves. And I told my fiance, I was like, I'm so glad that I was not like the general public when it comes to parents and their children having ADHD, and they just keeping them on the medicine just because they believe that what the doctor is saying is right for their child. No. My son was on that medication for, I think, a week. And when I noticed him doing weird stuff and not getting up, not being his normal self, I sat him down and I asked him, do you feel like you want to continue to take this medicine, or do you feel like you'll be okay off of it? And he said he didn't want to take it. And that's all. We didn't argue about it. I didn't debate. I didn't try to force him to see it a certain way. We didn't go back to the psychiatrist. None of that. I stopped his psychiatrist. I stopped the medication. And he is fine to this day. Of course, I never dawned on me to ask him when he was off the medicine how it was making him feel. But from my experience lately, child, I will never force a child to be on ADHD medication without asking them how in the world do they feel. That medicine ain't nothing to play with, guys. It is not. I couldn't even feel my spirit, y'all. And I am a spiritual person. So that is a medication I will not be playing around with. I left a message with my psychiatrist and I told her, I don't even want the low dose no more. You can find me something else to take that does not have what this pill has in it. And I left that, and that was her message for the day. Because no, bro, we not doing this. I'm not finna be taking something I can't feel my emotions. I can't feel my energy. It takes everything out of me just to say one sentence. They got people messed up trying to believe in these doctors. You really do. That's some really strong belief system. You can believe in a doctor and believe that they have the best interest in heart for you. You're going to get caught up a lot by everything in this world. Because there's nothing in this world is good for us. It's a manipulation. So I'm working on reprogramming my mind not to believe that these people have good intentions for us. Because they don't. Listen, I've been lied to for 10 years, told that I had bone on bone. I don't got no bone on bone. It's literally in my record. They literally have been giving me arthritis medicine for this. This is the first doctor who sat there and redid another x-ray. I felt bad for my son, even though he's grown and doing well now. Just the fact that I couldn't be there for him, I was there for him because I was able to advocate for him when he didn't want to be on the medication no more, but I was also the one who took him to the psychiatrist appointment, who picked up the medication, who gave it to him, who enforced that he take it until I noticed that something wasn't right. And even then, I didn't know the full extent of how he was feeling until now. And I'm like, oh my God, baby, I'm glad that I got you off that medication, because my poor child was just sitting there. There's between 8 to 12 hours in a day, and this child was just sitting on the couch all day. Didn't want to read a book, didn't want to do anything but just sit there. And I felt so bad seeing a child that normally is playing the video game, that's normally pestering me. Can they go outside and ride a bike? Or can they go outside, get on a skateboard? Can they go outside and go to the park and play basketball? Like, this is a child that does not sit still unless he's watching a movie or playing a video game. So I'm just like, he on the couch for 8 hours? Only get up to use the bathroom? Barely want to eat? Like, that medication ain't right. I'd rather deal with my child and they hyper energy and their wildness to sit there and see my child be something that I know I don't recognize. And guys, that's the saddest thing ever. To not recognize your child and then experience years down the road later that experience what they were experiencing. Is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking, because as adults, we have the capability of expressing our feelings and telling people how we feel. But children don't have that. They don't have that. When they're sad, when they're scared, they cry. They don't express their emotions the way we can express ours. And I see a lot of children get diagnosed as children with ADHD, and then their parents throw them on the medication because they're worn out. They're tired of their child constantly getting in trouble at school. They're tired of their child destroying things in the house. But baby, teach them to learn how to deal with them emotions, because that medication ain't it. That's damn near like putting your child on meth or crack. It's not it. It literally separates your child from its true life. Its true meaning of enjoying life. I told my sister has ADHD as well, and she was like, you just got to get on the right medication. And I'm like, that's besides the point. I'm looking at the kids who can't correlate, who cannot regulate their emotions enough to express what they are feeling. I get it. I can find something else that works better for me. It wasn't a permanent situation. I am okay. But I'm really looking at the children. Children are morally diagnosed with ADHD than adults are. It's more common to see it in a child before you actually develop it and see it in an adult. So children are being hit with these strong drugs that they should not be on. And then how do you know if the medication isn't good for your child when your child can't even express how they feel on it? You literally got to sit there and watch your child like a hawk and ask them questions and dig into them and really figure out if they okay. Like, you guys, that really hurt my feelings when I experienced that medication on a high dose. And that wasn't even the highest dose. She said the normal recommended dose for an adult with ADHD is 30 milligrams. You guys, I was only on a 20. Started off on a 10 and went up to a 20 and literally lost my mind. And she thought she was about to put me on the 30. I'm scared of what would have happened to me if I had been on a 30. That medicine literally made me start feeling depressed and sad. Like, bro, no. I feel for these babies on the spectrum of medications like this, because it's what I experienced, guys. Made me feel detached from my spirit. It literally made me feel detached. I literally felt as if I was stuck in a shell. It was not a good feeling. It was not. I barely laughed. I cried a lot. Like, I had an anxiety attack, a bad one, where I almost threw my tablet across the room because it was playing something that triggered me. And I had a hard time trying to get it off of my tablet and stop it from playing. I almost broke my tablet, guys, because I was panicking. And I had a real bad anxiety attack over the weekend, to the point that my guy didn't know what was happening until the last minute. So he was trying to, talk me down from it and explain to me that I was in a safe place. Because, I couldn't even get what was playing on my tablet to stop playing. I was freaking out so bad. My body was vibrating and shaking. I was grinding my teeth. Like, coming off that medication, you guys make me feel like I want to cry, because I just feel for all the children that are stuck on medications like this and they can't explain to nobody this shit ain't right. Like, I'm grateful that I didn't get put on this stuff as a child, and I was able to experience this as an adult and advocate for myself. But I'm thinking about these children, man. They can't advocate for themselves. They don't understand what's happening to them. Like, it's horrible, guys. That medication was horrible. It was not for me. And every time my doctors say this, well, it's worked for my other I'm tired of you saying that. I really am. Tired of you telling me what your other patients, how it's working for them. I am not your other patients. As we see, this medication did not work for me. So I appreciate it if you really stop saying that, because that's triggering for me. Like, seriously. We are not cattle. Stop treating us like cattle. Just because it worked for one horse don't mean it's going to work for the next horse. Like, stop treating us like that. That was horrible, guys. That was horrible. Every little bit of move, I was breathing heavy. Even my guy kept asking me, was I okay? Like, he didn't even like me on that medication. He was getting on my nerves because he kept trying to tell me, babe, don't take the medicine. Don't take the medicine today. I don't like the way it has you. Terrible, guys. It was terrible. It really was. I'm not going to stay on this morning. I just want to come on and share that with you all, because it was an experience, and I just wanted to let y'all know why I had not been on for over a week. But be very careful. Do not trust these doctors wholeheartedly. This is ET's Babies. I'm signing out. Remember, let's do better, because we know better.